monster.
Hey guys, Clone Guy here, and ranked battles was just a couple weeks ago at tier 6. Quite interesting. And I decided that I was going to do ranked battles in the Tog only. I wasn't going to go all the way to the top rank. I only had about an hour of sanity time before I went insane playing this game in ranked battles, and so I just did Tog. And the Tog was actually a really, really good tank to choose. It blew my mind. Yes, you're slow. Yes, you have a slower rate of fire for the alpha you do, but you can trade with people and you can pen absolutions and you can put shots where you need them to be. And during my gameplay there were some things I discovered about the tank which were pretty cool. And to show this off, let's switch quickly over to tanks.gg just to show you what kind of stuff you can do with this armor. So if you're playing in the Tog, the side armor or the side profile is so long that you can actually angle it like this. You can even go further because it's tier 6s. Like this. And if they auto lock, they're gonna aim right here, the center mass of the tank, which is right here. And so you're showing more of your side armor than your front armor by angling like this. And you're gonna get a lot of bounces because yeah, they're gonna pen you right here. But you can trick people into shooting your side because look how long the side is. Even from the front of the tracks, if you can include this, it goes from here all the way to here. And then you just have this little location on the hull to shoot. And a lot of people are going to be auto-locking you and shooting you right here, where it's 170 millimeters of effective armor. And you could angle a little bit more if you wanted to, get an auto ricochet, in which case no gun in the game can actually pen you. Well, I guess some of the artillery firing AP could overmatch you, but no gun in the game that you'll be facing will ever pen you. So there's that. So that's pretty cool. And so that's what you can do in the Tog. In fact, you can even do this with the back of your tank, like this. And the rear armor is actually better than your front armor, as crazy as that may seem. It's not as thick, but it's more well angled, and you can angle like this. Like if you're fighting 5s, like a T14, you can actually angle like this, and there's nothing they can really do to you. But that's what you can do in the Tog. It's actually a bit of a troll. Now, I don't think we actually do any of that in this replay. This is my first game in ranked with the Tog II. And I just decided to use my hit point pool as my advantage. And that's what we do in this game here. After we miss a couple shots on this Jackson before finally putting a shell into him. And checking our map. Can we put another blind one in? No, we cannot. And yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I have so many hit points. I'm just going to roll up to heavy tanks and say, hey, trade with me. And then start blasting them. And because this tank is so slow, by the time we actually get to them, they're already half health. Or missing a few hit points, which gives us an even bigger advantage, or they're already engaged with someone else. And because this is a 7 versus 7, 1400 health is absolutely huge. And yeah, you're, putting your team at a slight disadvantage at the start of the game because you're not there to help. But in all honesty, I was actually winning game after game after game after game with this setup. I think I made it through the first couple of leagues before I finally lost a game. Like, it was insane. And then I switched from the Tog, and then I started losing game after game after game. And then I switched back to the Tog, and I start winning again. And it's like, it's the health. The health is so big for this tier. And I've decided, first game in ranked, let's just drive straight up the middle, straight up the bridge, sit on the cap circle, and see what happens. That's what we're going to do. They have a Thunderbolt over there. We're going to miss the shot. And we're just going to sit in the cap and bring their team back to us. Because it looks like they've already engaged in our team. They have absolutions, or an absolution, and a VK, Sturm VK. So they're probably going to start winning. No doubt, no surprise. But we are Tog. We bounced the first 2 shots. So the first one misses. I don't know where it went. But after that, we should be good. This is a 17-pounder after all. 171 millimeters of penetration at tier 6 is good. Now we're up by 2 tanks. But there you go. The Absolution is going to start getting some kills. Nice high roll there. I was hoping we could get another high roll to finish him off. But it doesn't matter. The Churchill puts a shot in, which is good news. Now we're up 4-2. Maybe there was no need for the Tog. Perhaps. I haven't been shot at yet. But there we go. This guy's finally shooting at us. And we're just going to let him shoot us. Like, this is what you can do in the Tog. Look, this guy is doing nothing for his team except shooting me. And he's not doing much. And we roll decently there, and we finish him off. He puts 2 shells into us, but I still have more health than a full health Absolution. So if I have to fight that absolution, I'm just going to go side on and say, trade with me, buddy, and start blasting him. That's what I'm going to do. And this absolution is driving into a position where I can actually start shooting him. And so I'm going to be taking advantage of that. Shoot underneath his space armor. Unfortunately, that shell went a little bit low and it went beneath his tank completely. But now he's tracked in a position where we can start penning him and keeping him tracked. We put a shell in there and he's going to start penning us. But it's like, fine, pen us. It doesn't really matter to me. But we're going to still kind of juke him a little bit because this thing, we have time because of the rate of fire. We get him to shoot the ridge because I think he might be auto-locked. Maybe he's not. We bounce the shell there and he pens us. So now I'm like, okay, he might actually win this engagement. There we go. Now he won't win. As long as we pen this, we've won this. There we go. He's a one more shot. Well, that's true. And we finish him off right there. Simple, easy, cheap, reliable. And was it because we were in the Tog we won that one? I don't know. Maybe it was. Maybe it wasn't. I think the Churchill 3 would have died for sure. We probably would have died versus the Absolution. Who knows? The Absolution may have been able to pull out the victory, but we did 2,000 damage. And the Tog II. Yeah, we did more damage than anyone on our team. In fact, it was just me and the snakebite. So perhaps it was because we were in the Tog that we won that game. I don't know. But like I said, I was winning more games in the Tog II in ranked than any other tank. And now we're on Swamp, a big map. It's 1,000 by 1,000, corner to corner. My very next game. It's like, oh no! And it was this game right here. I was like, maybe I don't want to do the Tog anymore because that corner to corner, 1,000 by 1,000 should not be 7v7. And I'm playing a Tog, so this might be slow and painful, but that's okay. We're gonna be rolling, and we're just gonna be sniping at the start of this game yet again. May as well. You've got a really nice gun. You're not going to be getting anywhere quickly, so may as well put yourself in a position where you can shoot your gun and get your gun going. Yeah, let's do that. That was my idea. That was my plan. Let's get our gun working. And since we can't really get our health working so early on in this game, let's do that. And while we drive to position, I could fast forward, but this is the Tog. You need to be immersed by this phenomenal gameplay by the Tog, right? You're playing this game and you're like, you know what, I really want to get to know these tanks. Well, here you go. This is the Tog II. This is why everybody needs the Tog II. Look at this, 12 kilometers an hour. If you reverse that, flip it around, that's 21, right? But obviously that's only for dyslexic people. Otherwise you're going 12. Here we go. Shot on this guy. Yes, we can. We put a shot on the knight. He pulls off, and there we go. We're in a position to start shooting things. We didn't have to wait long because of this guy. We shoot over him. Bad shot there, and then we're gonna have some issues trying to find a good shot on him here. It's like, I know we'll have a shot eventually if he keeps driving, and he doesn't. For some reason, I remember sitting in it longer. Okay, maybe we do. There we go. Nope. We miss again. Trying to shoot through the ground there. How about here? Nope. Fire that over him. I think that was a well-aimed shot. Just we didn't let it aim all the way in, so we weren't likely going to hit that one. That one we underled. And now we're down 2 tanks. Can this guy die? No. We missed him there. I think we might have hit dead tank. Who knows? And is he going to get away? He takes one more shot from the VK, who rolls low. Looks like he's going to get away for now. Unless the VK is able to snipe him here, he might get one more chance to shoot him. Here comes this VK, and that is a tank. That's actually one of the only heavy tanks that is actually kind of scary because his DPM is utterly brutal. And he could potentially beat us. But we have a KV2 and he's dead. He is one of those tanks. I think if we had hit our first shot, we would have won barely. But because we missed our first shot, I think he was going to beat us because of his DPM. Yes, we have almost 500 more health than him, but he probably has more than 500 more DPM than me. And so it was going to be a case of, okay, who's going to bounce off of who first, or who's going to miss first? And he was shooting premium rounds, and I am in a tank that is just literally a box. A box with no armor. He was probably going to miss. It's hard to miss this tank. Or probably not going to miss, so yeah. Anyway, this guy, first shell, goes in. And then, for some reason, we get this lag spike. I'm not driving backwards still, but it still thinks I am. And that happens. We fired. 2 seconds later, the shell came out, and suddenly we were behind the ridge. But we were able to put the last shell into him, no problem. And now we're up to 600 damage. Like I said, this game goes quickly. Suddenly the game's over. Now that we're in position, we can start winning the game. Can we put a shell on this guy? Yes, we can. Put a shell on the KV2. Can we finish him off here? Yes, we can. He goes down, and now we're winning. We go from being down 2 tanks to now being up 2 tanks. And there's the Plague Bringer. He's running for his life. And there's the Absolution, who would probably win this game. Well, if anyone would win the game, it would be the Absolution. But it's too late for him. And he's driving up the middle, and the Tog is here. Hello, I'm Tog. And we put a shell on him. He doesn't get finished off by us, but the VK does finish him off. And now all that's left is this OI. And we're long enough to actually shoot him without going off the ledge. And look at that, we set him on fire. Simple, easy, cheap, reliable fires. Don't pack a fire extinguisher, please, no. And we finish him off. Like, okay, that was a slow game, but it was also very fast. Once we got into position, we just started firing, and we won. Was it because we were in the Tog II? Probably not. We probably would have won in any other tank and ranked. But I thought I would do a ranked battle episode for you guys. And was that the next game? It might not have been. I'm not too sure now. But I know some people are asking, Clone Guy, what did you do for ranked? What did you do for ranked? How was ranked? Did you like tier 6 ranked battles? No, I absolutely did not. Those are the only 2 games I actually recorded because I'm like, people probably ask, they'll probably want a video, so I'll record 2 games. And those are the 2 I recorded. But in reality, I was getting in games with 4 absolutions on each team. In fact, there was one game where there was not a single underpowered tank in the game other than mine, my Tog II. One team had Hellcat 105s, Sturm VK 105s, KV2s, and absolutions. Those are the only 4 types of vehicles, and I think they had 3 absolutions and 2 KV2s. Yeah, and then they had the Sturm VK and the Hellcat 105. And then my team had the same exact setup, except I was a Tog instead of us having another absolution. And it was like, wow, this is tier 6 ranked, ladies and gentlemen. There are 4 tanks you can choose from. Actually, realistically, 3. Because the Hellcat 105 is probably not the greatest option for ranked. I mean, it kind of probably could be as well, but at the same time, you don't have hit points for your team. It's a 7 versus 7, so unless you can get 3 shots off, for sure, you're going to be putting your team at a disadvantage. But anyway, that was my experience on ranked. Tier 6 was a terrible idea. They should have banned... If they banned premium tanks, I think it would have been a lot more fun. But they didn't. And so there were absolutions and Sturm VKs everywhere. But that was my experience. What do you guys think of tier 6 ranked battles? Was it fun for you? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll be seeing you guys all later. Make sure you go check out Koala Mentality and SpaceBANDIT YouTube. Links in the description below. Take care, everyone. And peace out.